8 nations, 1 lap, 3 exchanges that decide everything. The women's 4x100 meters relay final at the Tokyo 2025 World Championships, where speed, precision, and pure adrenaline collide. Let's break it down.
Rain continues to fall on the final night of competition in Tokyo, Japan at the 2025 World Athletics Championships. But Melissa Jefferson Wooden going to stay focused on the job at hand as the leader.
Hello everyone, once again welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm your host Hilary, Kagira as well. I know it has been a few days you've not heard from me, and well, guess what, I'm back like I never left. Now in this case I want us to look at these brilliant, amazing race that is a 4x100 meter relays in the women's category, and it took part in Tokyo. Now, as we all know, this category, we have had several rich athletes, some of the names that we are majorly familiar with, and most of these ladies, they are well groomed, or rather great athletes. Now in this case, I want you to watch this video up to the end and also tell me what you think of this video and the results that these great athletes showcased in these 4x100 relays in Tokyo. So watch this video up to the end and then I'll be back with a few comments.
Last 10 World Championship podiums dating back to 2005. Janelle Smith will anchor them home. Clayton sisters in the middle.
And then back to the U.S. as they stand in the rain. A reminder that the U.S. won in the rain in Paris last summer. And they're going to try to do it again here with Great Britain and Northern Ireland in 4.
10-time Olympic medalists. That's the second most behind the U.S., but they have never won world or Olympic gold. Desiree Henry on third. Darrell Nita will anchor them home. Remember that Great Britain had 2 finalists in the 200.
Amy Hunt took silver in that race. Poland in lane 3.
They were 5th at the last World Championships. That was their best ever finish at Worlds. The Olympics didn't go so well for them. They didn't get out of the heats.
And Team Canada among the favorites on the men's side. They got their women into the final here.
And this is their first time in the final at Worlds since 2015. So last summer at the Paris Games, the podium was the United States, Germany, and Great Britain. But that's because Jamaica did not have a good run around the track. With Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce leading off for Jamaica in 6, I think Jamaica has a good shot. But we know what it always comes down to. Who can pass the baton better? Speed is one thing, but that's the equalizer.
And as you see out in the outside lanes, a little bit closer to where the stands are, a little bit drier out there as the rain continues to pour down on National Stadium. Women's 4x100 meter relay final. Melissa Jefferson Wooden tries to chase down the 10-time world champion Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Pretty even to the first exchange, and they both get the baton safely.
Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce held her own against the world champion, and now Jamaica is actually in the lead.
So Kayla White has to try to get the U.S. back in it with Tina Clayton on the third leg for Jamaica, setting the stage for the anchor leg as Sha'Carri Richardson gets the baton for the U.S. and she moves into the lead. Sha'Carri Richardson holds off Jamaica for the win.
So the United States turned back all challengers, including Jamaica and Germany. Germany are ecstatic. That's their second time being on the podium in the last 2 global championships. Great Britain, second at the Olympics. They will be replaced on the podium by Jamaica, who run a season's best 41.7. Janelle Smith could not handle Sha'Carri Richardson on that anchor leg.
And with that win for Team USA, 15 world titles at these championships. That is the most ever at a single Worlds, with this being the 20th edition.
So the greatest 100-meter sprinter of all time, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, will get a silver to add to her 18 World Championship medals over the course of her career. But what a leg by Melissa Jefferson Wooden.
And she matches Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce as a 100, 200, and 4x100 meter relay gold medalist in the same event.
And like Noah Lyles and Gabby Thomas, Melissa Jefferson Wooden will leave these worlds with 3 gold medals. That is not easy to do.
And Sha'Carri Richardson will get.
So guys, once again, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm your host Hilary, Kagira and well, I have to appreciate you all for the love and support you've shown to me throughout this journey. We are almost at 12,000 subscribers and it's all because of you. Now, for those of you who love track and field, I'd love to urge you to please consider subscribing to my channel, like my videos, and of course share them if you found my content worth watching and sharing. So in this case, I'd love to appreciate every one of you, each and every one of you, for your love and support. Now back to our video. This has been a very brilliant race, a race that gave a lot of people some goosebumps, and of course it has had, or rather it had a lot of familiar names that we are all aware of and what they are capable of. Now I'd love to appreciate all of these beautiful women from Jamaica, this beautiful island, from the Caribbean, and of course the United States. As we know, they really produce some of the world's best great athletes, and of course we had some from Germany, Spain, Poland, Canada, Great Britain, and before we even continue with our video, I'd love to point out something is that the team Spain, like the world might really be missing out on Spain, but I figured out that Spain really has a lot of great talents, and in this case we've seen how the women from Spain did a really fantastic job in representing their countries at their highest level. Now we also had others from Germany. Well, they did well, securing the 3rd spot. They really did well, and of course we had the 1st position, which went to team U.S.A. And in this case we've seen how swiftly team U.S.A. has been exchanging their baton. Like the crowd was fully cheering up for them. Every team had their own supporters, but it's safe to say that all of these supporters, they are fans of the world of track and field. Despite just cheering up for their countries, they've been and they still are great supporters of that world of track and field, and for that we actually have to appreciate them for that, because we've seen their massive numbers, or rather the huge numbers in the stands. This led to these athletes giving out their very best because they knew the world is watching, not just those in the stands, but the world is fully watching, and they had to deliver the best. That was some of high professional exchange of baton from these athletes. We've seen also the Mummy Rocket, which is the Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and I know everybody was like surprised, not actually surprised, but really happy to see her participate in this race. Now we saw how the fans from Jamaica really came up, and they had some letters with them, but I believe it's for us, the fans of Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, to scramble that and make a word out of the letters that they were holding. But all in all, they really came up in good numbers, and of course this made the athletes felt really loved. Now something else I'd love to talk about is how impressive it was to see the twin sisters from Jamaica, that is the Tia and Tina Clayton, participate in this race. I can imagine the joy of the parents witnessing their kids, 2 daughters, and both of them are twins. Like, it's just impressive watching your kids represent your country at their highest level like this. And they did well. And as we all know, they have been responsible for creating and breaking some records in the world of track and field. And for that, we actually have to appreciate them. And of course, let's not forget Sherika Jackson. She is a specialist in the world of track and field and in the category of 200-meter relays. And in this case, she really did well. She really kept up her speed, and of course, Jamaica sprint powerhouse, who led by Shakari Richardson. We've seen how fearless she is, and she did well. She held her head, high up, and maintained her focus to the end of the finish line. And then, as much as other athletes tried to keep up, well, USA managed to take the first spot by leading with a time of 41.75 seconds, and then we had Jamaica taking the second position with a time of 41.79 seconds, and then we had Team Germany take the third spot with a time of 41.87. So guys, I've been your host, Larry Kagira Uncovers. I'd love for you to engage me in the comment section. Tell me what you think of this video and the performance displayed by these great athletes. So until we meet again in my next video, peace out and one love.